During this Tet holiday, I had the chance to visit Dalat. Of course, the most interesting thing is the famous haunted house in Dalat City, which everyone knows about. Here are some stories I've heard about the haunted house. The road up to the Tuyen Lam Lake area on both sides is just trees and grass, without the shadow of any other houses. After the car went a distance, there was a large house faintly visible near the middle of the pass. According to the tour guide, that's the haunted house. All the doors of the house were tightly closed with many window panes. There was a signboard in front of the house with the words, "No trespassing allowed." At first glance, this house seemed normal, with no distinguishing features like any other house. According to one lady, the house was built a long time ago by a French family who loved the cool climate of Dalat and decided to settle in Vietnam. One day, the entire French family was brutally murdered, and since then, the house has been abandoned. Another person said that it was the Frenchman himself who had an affair with the maid, and when his wife found out, she killed the maid, chopped her into pieces, and buried her under the floor. Since then, they moved to another place. These two stories are not confirmed whether they are true or not, but they have been published in newspapers before. There was a girl living in Vung Tau who was heartbroken, so she went to Dalat for a rest. After hearing people talk about the haunted house, the girl decided to go and see it. Somehow she really liked the house and persuaded her family to buy it. After a month of staying in this house, the girl committed suicide by hanging herself in her room. Her belongings are still preserved in the house like hair clips, table, and bed. If anyone wants to check, feel free to do so. Her grave was built after the house. One night, according to a longtime resident of Dalat, a man was carrying vegetables to sell. The road to the market had to pass through this pass. It was around 2-3 a.m. when he reached the middle of the pass. A girl asked for a ride. She had long hair, was wearing thin clothes, and looked very cold. Thinking that the road was too desolate, he gave her a ride for a while. After a distance, he was afraid that the girl would be cold, so he gave her his jacket. When he stopped the car, he turned back and saw that the girl had disappeared. This haunted house only has one yellow light, no white lights. There's a basement underneath the house, with one ground floor and one upper floor. When you step inside, you'll see a painting of a face resembling a skull with two fangs sticking out, looking very frightening. Nowadays, there's only one caretaker living in that house. So, if you ever have the chance to visit Dalat, make sure to check it out.